And that breaking news is out of the U.S. Supreme Court and reaction to a leaked draft opinion by a Supreme Court justice that could mean the end of Roe versus Wade. Both sides of the debate are demonstrating after the news broke just hours ago. You're taking a live look at those demonstrations now, and tonight Politico published what it says is a draft of a majority opinion written by Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito that would strike down the landmark Roe v. Wade decision.
Yeah, now according to Politico, the draft was circulated in early February and the final opinion again has not been released. That's expected to be published late June or early July. That ruling could change between what's on the draft and what the final ruling is. Now, according to this document, Justice Samuel Alito writes, quote, Roe was egregiously wrong from the start. Its reasoning was exceptionally weak, and the decision has had damaging consequences. And far from bringing about a national settlement of the abortion issue, Roe and Casey, another related case, have inflamed debate and deepened division.
According to the document, the judge's 6-3 conservative majority would rule against a group challenging Mississippi's ban on abortions after 15 weeks. If it becomes official, it would lead to abortion bans in roughly half of the states that have already approved abortion laws. And the ruling would give states the ability to ban abortions, but in California, no rules would change.
Governor Newsom tonight blasting the possible ruling, calling it, quote, an appalling attack on the rights of women across this country. And if it stands, it will destroy lives and put countless women in danger, adding this won't stop with choice and right to privacy. They are undermining progress and erasing these civil protections and rights so many have fought for over the past half century. Planned Parenthood, California, also releasing a statement saying this is the nightmare scenario we in the reproductive health, rights, and justice space have been sounding the alarm about. They also add, we will do all we can to continue to provide abortion services to all who need it or seek it here in California. And as we go back out to the Supreme Court, you can see they've put up some barriers there in the background behind these protesters. It's 1 a.m. local time there. Demonstrators gathering there once this leak was made public a few hours ago. We have seen a mix of people out there on different sides, including those in favor of and against this opinion that has come out. It is not a final ruling. It is just an opinion that may suggest what may be to come when the Supreme Court makes its final ruling. Many saying they want their voice to be heard now.
Can't have any effect other than to stand here with this sign that I found in the garbage that I wrote on with a magic marker. I feel like that's the only thing that I can possibly do to make my voice heard.
The unborn are human, and we've been killing them in mass to the tune of millions. And so I have no words. I have no words.
A court spokesperson will not confirm the validity of the report, but court experts say it appears to be real. The leak represents an extremely rare breach of the court's secretive deliberation process, and it could have a larger impact on the internal workings of the court.